afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Music Scrap, the musical scrapper. Recording live here on ustream.tv/channel/music scrap. So if you're watching on YouTube, this was recorded live, so you'll hear me talking to people in my live chat. You will hear my voice is getting better, a little better than it was last Thursday. It's strong, but it's still very froggy. So I won't be talking too much if I can help it today. Oh, hold on. I need to find my shaper tools. Okay, my clay shaper tools that I use for my masking fluid. One moment. I need my pointy one. I found my wedge one. Where's my pointy one? It should be right beside it, but of course it's not. Where is it? Okay, come on, twirly whirly gig. Where is my shaper tool? Well, I guess I can use this same one, because I can't seem to find the other one. I don't think I put it in my... No, don't see it in there, so... No idea. Oh well. I can make it work with this one. Okay. So. Hey, T3. Oh, Dee Dee, you made it in. Woohoo! Poor Dee Dee was having trouble getting into chat. Alright, so we have Aaron. We have two Anonymous. Hello, Anonymous. Welcome. If you can, please sign in so we know who you are. But if not, thank you. Barb W. Karen. Hi. Karen from Ireland. Bonnie. Eileen. Grammy. Happy Ray. Dee Dee. Karen. Jillian. Kim. Kimberly. Mayo. Linda Mayo. Lori. Linda Ray. Marion. Joan. Lynn, Tina, Terry Trouble, T3, and Z, and someone else came in while I was away. Oh, and they left. Oh, it was another Anonymous. Okay. Oh, really, Lynn? Oh, dear. She must not think it's... She must not like my voice now. Oh dear. Okay, so now I need my pencil. Now I'm searching again. Why didn't I do all this before I started? Because I was busy. That's why. I had another project I was... Well, at Dee Dee's this morning I was working on fixing up the... Hello? Where... Okay, so I've got my photo. This photo I found on Google Images. There is no reference name on it anywhere. When I click to go to the page, someone knocked something off. When I clicked on visit page, it just took me to Pinterest. So I have no idea what the copyright is on this, but I am doing this just for myself. I'm not going to be selling this watercolor or anything, so I won't show you the full image because I don't know what the watercolor is. I know you can kind of see it through my light box, but I wanted to have it all traced before I came on, but then I had the water issue and the other issue I mentioned before I recorded. I'm trying to do this so you guys can see. Hold on, I need to put this up on a slant so I can see better. There we go. Yeah, I know, Lynn, right? Hey, Suzanne, welcome. Alright, so I'm also going to draw in some of the shapes. If the color around it is dark enough to hide my pencil lines, I will cover it. This is glass fruit, so it's got lots of cool, I love doing glass. It's got lots of cool, shiny reflections. There's a reflection of the window in each of the fruit. This is the window in this pear. And it's long and skinny because, of course, the pear is long and skinny. Alright, then there's a Alright, so that's the pear. Now I'll do the yellow apple. Golden apple, I guess, really. You can still hear, I apologize for the yard work. That's another reason why I was a little late, because they were right under my window right at 4 o'clock. So it was like, yeah, okay, thanks a lot, guys. There's a person, there's a reflection there. I don't think I need to do the dark parts. It's mostly important for me to trace the lighter parts so I know where to put my masking fluid. Sorry, I'm not watching chat. Hey, Dr. Dot. Dot, how dare you? You were the one who told me to set my alarm. And then you're late? Gee. I didn't have to nap today. I slept well last night, although tonight I am going to start wearing my CPAP machine again. I was going to last night, and then I was going to bed and I was like, oh man, I have to totally disinfect the mask and the hose so I don't give myself the flu again. So if you just came in, this is glass fruit. Found the image on Google, so I have no idea what the copyright is, but it's not going to be a sold painting. It's just for my practice or whatever. Obviously, if you don't know the copyright of a photo, but I know it's not one from Paint My Photo or Pixaboy, because I've gone through both of those apps and taken all the glass images from there. So I know it's not from there because I have those all in an album folder of their own so that I know the copyright history. So there are different levels with these highlights. There are different levels of light coming through these. So I'm going to have to put a layer of color down first, especially on the pear and this, because the pear has some very yellow, this very yellow highlight here, and I won't be doing a final glaze of yellow, so because my final glaze will be green. So I will have to do my yellow underneath layer here, and then put down the masking fluid in that section. Oh yeah, Suzanne, you're right. Oh my goodness. Thank you. A new toothbrush. Oh, a light box stand? Ooh. Suzanne, can you tweet me a link, please? That would be very interesting. Alright, so where did I leave off on this orange here? Alright. Okay, I did that. Let me see here. Oh yeah, okay. A little sketchy highlight here. And alright, I think I'm good. I'm gonna have to erase some of the pencil, but love my light box. Look, it's just as thin. It's as thin as my iPad Air 2. Hey, TT. No worries, Tar Heel Teresa. Work away. Work away. I was working away on Dee Dee's this morning, so I didn't chat as much as I do sometimes. But I had to fix the tabs on my stamp index binders, because a few of them I got lazy and used white glue, and it dried to a really nice clear glue and then totally peeled off. Sorry, I gotta take this off without, I don't want to show it on screen because I'm not sure of copyright. Okay, so Z hasn't enabled me yet this week. Thank goodness. Of course, I haven't watched her video yet from last night. Dare I watch it? Sorry, I've got salt all over my desk because I ate my lunch here. Looks like I got more salt over my desk than I did. Couldn't find my other pencil, and this one's way too dark. Sorry, I'm just taking down some of this. I'm trying not to be heavy-handed because I don't want to ruin the paper. I don't know where my soft eraser is. I need to get a soft eraser, an extra one that it's in my pencil case. I mean, I know where it is, but I just can't get to it right now. I need to get a soft eraser to keep in my desk drawer. Or what it needable, I should say, I guess. Hello, come on. I know I have white erasers in here. I have like 5 million of them. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. There's stamps that aren't me, Eileen. Okay, good. Phew. Good. I'm not buying any stamps anyway. Are you kidding? You guys saw my stamps. I showed them all on Thursday. I don't need stamps. I have more than enough stamps. But now I know where they all are. And I can get to them. Sorry, I just was a little too heavy-handed, and that lead is obviously just a little too dark for tracing. Can't be aggressive because I don't want to ruin the paper here. I don't want to cause any weird resist. And I don't really like pencil lines showing too much. Okay. Hi, Janice. Hi, Becca. Every time I look at that Lama pencil case, though, it makes me want to watch The Emperor's New Groove. Oh, it's such a good movie. I actually have to buy a new board for my watercoloring because I had to use it on my desk for for goodness sakes. Cheapo Dollarama masking tape, but that's the tape that's good for your watercolor edges because it won't rip your paper because it's not sticky enough. Oops. There we go. Sorry, it kept ripping in half. I had to get it back to... Now I made sure when I did the fruit picture, because this is a 9 by 12 piece of paper, that means it would get matted with an 8 by 10 opening. So I've made the mistake before of going too close to the edge with my image, like doing my image on 8.5 by 11 as an 8.5 by 11 size instead of an 8 by 10. And then my image has not centered right in a mat. So I got smart after that mistake and make sure my image is actually printed out as an 8 by 10. So I know it will be inside the frame. This is just a piece of, it's actually an index file divider for my 12 by 12 paper stuff. Oh, there's a green bike one too. Oh yeah, the llama one's pink. I wouldn't get that. But I don't really need another pencil case. Well, I guess I could use one for my, I don't really have a pencil case for my watercolor markers. So I could, but I can probably get one cheaper online. Okay, links are open, Joan. Share again. Oh, sugar. Well, as long as I have one straight side. I don't have one straight side, though. What the heck? Heavens to Betsy, this tape is weird. Okay. I wanted to have it all drawn and taped down before I started, but anyway. Okay. All right. My palette is a Fusion palette by Mission Gold. So this insert comes out. So you have this insert to mix. You have this this is the color you can mix there. Plus you have these two smaller areas. I put some I added some half pans there. You have this for mixing. But anyway, I usually take this out. So here's my color swatches. I've got permanent red, alizarin crimson, permanent magenta. Those are my three reds. We've got three yellows: permanent yellow deep, cad yellow deep, lemon yellow, brilliant orange, cobalt violet light. The indigo is Mission Gold because it came free with my palette. Now, when I bought my last ones, I bought leaf green, I bought the permanent magenta, I bought the violet light, I bought the shadow green, and I ordered sap green, which is this area. This one's open for my sap green. But Desairs had their numbers, their SKU numbers wrong, mixed up between the Viridian and the sap green. The SKU numbers were wrong online. So when I clicked and thought I was ordering sap green, the SKU number was actually for Viridian, so they sent me Viridian. But I already had Viridian hue, so they told me to keep the Viridian. So I thought, oh, I'll put it in my palette anyway. And the Viridian hue is a little bit brighter. The Viridian seems to, what's it called when it kind of granulates? The Viridian granulates just a little bit, not a lot. What else did I get new? Oh, the marine blue is a yummy turquoise. So that one was new. So my new ones were marine blue, shadow green, leaf green, sap green, which I'm waiting for, permanent magenta, and cobalt violet light. I'm going to use this, which I need to wash off. Oh, hold on. I got to get my baby wipes. Can't quite reach them. There we go. Hey, TMT. Hello. Oops. My baby wipes fell through. My little rubber things all messed up. There we go. I like to start with nice clean colors, so yes, I'm wiping this up. Very nice colors. I love them. They're so vibrant. They're wonderful to work with. I can finally do glazing without the layers underneath picking up, like with the Cotman. The layers, especially the yellows, would always pick up when I would try and glaze on another layer, even though I would make sure they were completely dry. These colors stain, so it's not going to come back to a white, but that's fine. Okie dokie, let us move on. So, only thing is, it's going to be hard to... Oh, I know what I can do. Hold on. I think I can... Just a minute. Oh, by the way, I found my VersaFine ink. It fell in behind something else on my desk when I lost it earlier. Just a moment. I'm trying to get a journal out from underneath a table here, and it's pulling everything else out with it. Oh, I'm going to put that in my 2-cell box. Alright. I'm going to put it this way. And then I want to lift it, raise it just a little bit. So I'm going to put, there we go. I think I'm ready. All right. I'm going to start with my 1/2-inch flat. And my clean one is the drinking glass. All right. So remember, I'm going to do my pear. So I'm going to pre-wet. Oh, maybe I should do the background first. Darn it, darn it, darn it. There's not much of a background. Just some gray. But actually, I think I'm going to do it at the end. Yeah, okay, never mind. Change my mind. I am going to do it at the end. Background, because it's not really a background. It's just kind of gray to give a color. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Sorry, I'm trying to tape up my image somewhere so that I can see it. There we go. Okay. So I will, as I originally planned, going to wet my pear because oh, I went too far down, darn it. Oh, that's all right, because the yellow does have to go down there. And I am going to, sorry it took me so long to get to the actual painting part, folks, but that's what fast forward is on your YouTube player, because I do not edit my Ustream before putting them up on YouTube, because there's chatting and that would just be tricky. So I'm trying to wet it. This is Fabriano Studio cold press paper. I like it much better than hot press paper. I know Eileen probably thinks I'm nuts because she likes hot press paper. Hot press paper is really nice if you're stamping an image and you want to watercolor an image that you've stamped. So what you want to do is you want to look at when you're doing a wet on wet, you want the entire image to be the same amount of wetness. So you don't want any extra puddles anywhere. You want it to all be about the same. And so now I need to do that, and it's not a lemon yellow. I'm going to switch to my round brush. I guess I'll use this size. This is one of my Zen squirrel brushes. Well, it's a squirrel and acrylic mix. So I'm just going to make sure it has a nice point by twirling it. Get it nice and wet. Make sure it's got a nice point. And then I'm going to... Oh, darn it, I forgot. I ran out of... Oh, okay. Oh, hold on. I've got it. Just a second. I've got a towel here I can use. Just a moment. I ran out of paper towels. Hold on, trying to reach it. Oh, I think I have a... Hold on, I need to cut a small piece of my towel. This is one of the towels my mom bought me when I went to university. Let's see, I went in 1980. 37 years ago. This towel's been used for 37 years, and this year it graduated to my art room. Okay, so I'm just gonna fold it so I have a nice place to lay my brushes. And now I'm gonna have to check and make sure my pear is still wet enough. Let's look. And I see no shine, so I need to go in again. Dang it. But shouldn't take as much to wet it this time because it's already wet. I'm going to have a craft lamp down there in a minute because stuff is moving around. Since I had to move stuff to grab my towel. So this is the studio paper's 25% cotton, 75% cellulose. So it's buckling a little because I don't actually have it taped down on a nice hard surface. All right, let's spritz my colors. Alright, so I'm going to use cadmium yellow deep for the base coat of my yellow apple. For heaven's sakes. And I'm just going to put a spritz of water on the palette as well. So you want to make sure that the pigment is well mixed. I've got just a little puddle here down on the bottom, so I'm going to use a thirsty brush on that. So this is just the under layer. So I'm doing wet and wet. So these are glass fruit. They are not fruit. They are glass. Uh-oh, am I in teacher mode? Oops. Okay, I'll stop. Gosh. I'm just so happy to be able to talk. You guys don't know if you understand. Alright, so that's the yellow here. Oh, right, not supposed to be showing that. And the undertone of the apple is the very same yellow. I'm going to use the lemon yellow in the orange. No, actually, I think I'm just going to use the orange for the undercoat. I keep forgetting I've got my new permanent orange. Okay, so that's pretty good. All right. So that has to dry. I'm just looking at my picture to see what else has to. All right, while I'm waiting for that to dry, I am going to put this dries very quickly. Much quicker than some other Frisket, than the Winsor & Newton. One moment. Welcome back, Macca. Okay, Jillian, no worries. Lurk away. I understand, as you know. My feet are up as I speak. Well, they're up level. They're not above heart level, of course. I have to be in bed to do that, but anyway. Oops. Sorry. Okay. Alright, so I need to do yellow wash. This is very interesting masking. Actually, I don't think I'm going to mask that. I'm going to pull that out. This has to be kind of dabs because it has texture in this highlight. Even though it's a glass orange, it has the texture of the orange peel. We'll see how that works. I have to do a wash. No, I don't. Okay, I can do the windows. Oh, shoot. Presto is snoring beside me, so if you hear any strange sounds, it is Presto. Darn it, I need my smaller brush. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, now is this dry enough? Oh, no. Dang it, not even close. I need that to dry before I can put the masking fluid on that. Okay, I'm going to be very careful. I'm going to cover over the masking fluid, because you cannot heat a masking fluid, but I want to dry the pear. And I'm too lazy to wait. Now, I am going to my masking fluid. Need to do the apple. Hold on. Oh. I should have poured some of this out. I need to get some little tiny containers, throwaway containers, so I can pour out little bits of masking fluid. And I need just one more spot on the apple. Well, two more spots, really. Sorry, it's gumming up on me because it dries. Gotta wipe it off every now and then. I could have probably pulled out most of these except for the one on the pear, but I'm really not familiar enough with my paint yet to know how much they lift out. Alright, that is still not quite dry enough. That pear. So I'm going to try heat again. Hi Terry. Thanks for dropping in. Maca. Has to be dry before I put the masking fluid on it, or it will just pull up the paint when I go to remove my masking fluids. So and wait till that cools down so I know. Okay. All right. Finally got that dry enough to go in with my masking fluid on this big area here. All right. Okay, I have to leave get an area there. All right. Should have used my PBO because it's blue. I wonder if I put a touch of like ink or something in this, if it would color it but still pull up with it without, probably not, coloring the paper. All right. Let's leave that and see what I can move on to. It doesn't take long for this graphics to dry. Oh my goodness, Pat, I missed where you are to get all that heat. Sheesh. Oh, bye, Tina. So, I missed her probably. Oh, Southern Arizona. Oh, no, Suzanne, I just meant so that I could see when I was painting it on if it wasn't white. You know what I mean? It's a little sticky still, almost dry though. Doesn't take long. Alright, while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to do the background here. So it's kind of a blue-gray. So I think I'm actually going to use, I like using indigo. For my blue grays. So I'm going to do wet and wet for this because I just want it to be really blendy. Actually, I better do my wash first. So I got my indigo. Oh, gosh darn it, Jean. paper towels. Okay. So I'm going to use the indigo, Mission Gold Indigo. And I usually have a leftover piece of, oh, I just put my hand in my, ouch. I think I need more water. There we go, because I don't want it too dark, but I want that indigo bluey gray color. All right. All right, let's get some of the background nice and wet here. Clean water. Doesn't go all the way up, so I'm just gonna go a little higher than I want the color to, that I'm actually gonna apply the color, so that I can kind of encourage it to thin out or fade out, I guess is the word. Nice soft background. You need to do wet on wet. Well, I need to do wet on wet for a nice soft background. Alright, so like I said, you want to make sure your paper's about the same wetness everywhere, so you don't get blooms or weird marks happening. Sorry if my head gets in the camera. Those who know me know that I only have 10% vision, so sometimes I have to get, sorry about that, grammar error. Sometimes I have to get my head into, and my nose into my work. Alright, so now I'm going to go in and drop in my color using my number 12, I think. No, 7. Jeez, Jean, you're way off. Remember, it dries lighter, so don't be afraid of the color. I also like to use indigo as a color to shade other colors. You know, instead of black or whatever, I like to use indigo. So that's why I do like to use it when I need a gray or a blue-green gray on a background. Alright, so I don't want any of these edges to be so I'm just going in with a damp brush, going along the edge, and that'll just soften up those edges. Bye, Grammy. Thank you, Joan. Thanks, Eileen. I need to take out some of this color, actually. So, oh, really? Oh, wait a minute. I have a napkin. One napkin. Yeesh. I'm going to pick up a little bit of color here. I need to thirsty brush, just a damp one, not wet, just damp enough. And I waited too long for that edge, but oh well, that's okay. That's all right. Take out a little bit of this color. There we go. All right. So, all right, so my cherries are dry. Oh, look, it dries clear. Huh, interesting. This graphics, oh no. Darn it. Well, that's okay, because this, if it turns out good, I'll be keeping it for myself. My masking tape's not staying down. It'll get matted anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay. All right. So let's start. I think I'll start the green. I bet you're all shocked. Now, there's two shades of green going on. Some of these areas here, there's a real yellow green, so I'm going to use the leaf green there. I'm going to need the shading green in some spots, but I'm going to need, like, well, which would be a sap green, but I don't have any, so I'm going to have to mix up some, oh duh, I have Kleenex that I could have used for, sorry, my indigo kind of went all over the place a little bit there, so I'm just mopping up. It got splashed into my yellow. There we go. I don't know how that happened. Okay. So I'm going to do my leaf green areas next. So this is going to be wet into dry. I need to spritz this again. You don't want to do really thick layers, but your first layer, you do want to use a little more paint than your subsequent glazing layers. Alright, so this area here is leaf green, and I have way too much water on my brush. So I need to soak that up. Use a thirsty brush. There. Can't have any puddles or it'll bloom back. Alright. I need to keep an eye on the clock so that I don't go up past. Now I need to mix a nice Kelly green, which will be my lemon yellow and cerulean blue, I think. It's been so long since I painted, I can't hardly remember my color wheel. Bye, Pat. Thank you for dropping in. There we go. Nice. All right. I was right. Yes. Now, cerulean blue is not quite as transparent as some other blues, but that's okay. So this, once again, is going to be the rest of the pear. And no, my other green's not quite dry, but it's okay if they kind of meld into each other a little bit. Not quite doing this right. I should be doing it as a controlled wash. But I don't quite have that technique down yet. I need to practice it. But not quite as smooth as it should be because I didn't do it as a controlled wash. Yeah, Eileen, that was what I heard. That's what I heard originally, anyway, from my lady that I have it on order from, was that it was going to be July. Mid to late July is what she told me. But that's okay. I'll wait for it. I've got my stamp on my jig until then if I need it. So I'm going to move over to my orange and I'm going to do the initial glaze. So my initial glaze over here is going to be wet in wet because that's easier for me than the controlled wash. So I am going to do a wet in wet. Still using my round number 7 squirrel. I have to get used to it because it holds quite a bit more water than my acrylic ones do, but that's why I bought them, to practice and get used to them. Well, actually, it's part squirrel, part acrylic. The Zen set I have has a few that are just acrylic, which are nice when you have to do some detailed work. And then some are squirrel and acrylic, or whatever it's called, not acrylic. Mixed. So I apologize, it was the wrong term. I don't mean acrylic, I mean faux squirrel. So it's real squirrel and faux squirrel mixed. And even with just some of it's the real squirrel, it makes a big difference in how much water and paint it holds. So I need to do some practicing in my journal to get used to my new brushes, my new paint. But it's fun to play. I love watercolor. Hey, sweetie. Hola. Well, I'm just not going to pay what the Misty costs. I'm sorry. The Misty are $92 up here. I'm not paying $92 for stamp and platform. Tim Holtz one, which is only going to be $40, so... Sorry, need to spritz. So far, I'm remembering to keep my clean water clean. Yay! Oh, need to add a little yellow. Hold on. Oh, which yellow did I use already? That one. Darn it. I need to use the other yellow because I already used it. The permanent, cadmium permanent light. Okay. There we go. All right. See, like I said, I gotta get used to how much pigment is in these new. Yeah, well, that was fun. Don't worry, all good. way too much pigment for my first layer. Oh, well, you know, live and learn. Even when I went back in and I added all that water, and it's still... What? Really? Ranger let Tim Holtz go? I didn't hear that. Oh my goodness. Is he like just on his own now then, Eileen? Okay. Can't use my heat gun to dry these because I shouldn't have bothered putting glazing at our medium. I should have worked around it. Wow. Alright. This is not going so great. Oh, well. You know, what can you do? Alright, so I need a glaze of the nice yellow cadmium yellow. Gonna mix it here. Whoops. Where'd my water bottle go? Oh my goodness, there it is. Just tipped over. I just need a little water on my palette. And I'm gonna be a little more careful this time that I don't pick up quite as much yellow. Got quite as much pigment. I've also got a better puddle of water. I need even more. I'll tell you, you don't even need, compared to the Cotman watercolor tube watercolors that I had and the Shanahan, you don't even need half, maybe like a third of the amount of pigment to get the color you want. Okay, so that's ready. So now I need to leave my do wet and wet because I can't do a controlled wash yet. I guess that's going to be my homework. Practice controlled washes. And I know the orange and the yellow are near to each other. I hope the orange doesn't travel into my yellow apple. It's not dry, so it might. I shouldn't be doing this yet because it is going to travel. The green is even traveling. All right, I can't do this yet. All right. Time to do some cherries. I'll leave that yellow ready. The cherries are not touching, so I can do the cherries. All right. the cherries, I am going to use, I'm going to use alizarin crimson for the washes, but there will be some permanent magenta in the cherries as well. Oh, crap. But my underlayers will be alizarin crimson. So, hey Trimus. Hey Josie. Tim Holtz is no longer with Ranger, apparently. Oh, don't want to mix with that. For sure would be too much. Uh-oh, where did my... For heaven's sakes. Alright, who saw where I laid my round brush? Oh, never mind. It's in my water dish where it shouldn't be, but it was only there for 2 seconds, so... Oh, for goodness sakes. See, I shouldn't be lifting this. The yellow is gone everywhere. And I don't want yellow with that because it's gonna make orange. Hold on. I need to sit this down. I don't have enough space. Okay. I do, I'm just not using it wisely at the moment. Okay, alizarin crimson. There we go. Alright, so I've got the alizarin crimson mixed. Let's wet my cherries. Oops. I almost put it in the wrong jar. Alright, now alizarin crimson, here we go. So if you want your paint to flow off your brush and onto the paper, your brush has to be drier than the paper, or else the pigment's just going to stay in your brush. So you have to, alright. I mean, oh my gosh, I said that backwards. Excuse me. Ugh. If you want your pigment to flow from your brush to your paper, anyway, You know what I mean. Alright, so now I have a little bit of a puddle at the bottom of my circle there, so I'm going to dry my brush. Yeah, so totally said that wrong. Your brush has to be wet, more wet than your paper if you want your pigment to flow. All right, Eileen. Eileen's going to BRB. I should have used a smaller brush because I didn't get those very rounded. That's alright. I'll fix them on the next. Alright, remind me not to use... I have no patience to use masking fluid because you have to wait for your layers to dry because you can't use your heat gun or your paint will sear into the paper and you won't get it off when you want it off. So, okay, I think it's dry enough now though for me to do my apple, my yellow apple. I don't like yellow apples, but anyway, that's okay. A yellow glass apple will be fine. It's 6:45. Okay. Another hour before Ella comes on. Right. Actually, I'm gonna leave it. So this is cadmium yellow. Hold on. Cadmium yellow deep. That's right. Yes, cadmium yellow deep. It's very similar to the permanent yellow deep, just a little bit less kind of golden. But it is a warm yellow, just like the permanent yellow is a warm yellow. Oh, I know, CB. I have patience for my music. I have patience for kids. I just don't have patience waiting for things to dry. I'm just watching to make sure don't end up with any blooms. Collecting some extra moisture that we don't need. There we go. And yes, I'm keeping my... Oops, sorry. Yeah, CB, probably, huh? Yeah, a little bit. La-di-da-di-da-di-da. No, not dry enough. It has to be completely dry before you do your next glaze, or you will pull up the layer underneath. And I need to do one more glazed layer with a little bit more blue in it. So I'm going to, while I'm waiting, I'm going to mix up a little bit more of that green. But this time with a little bit more blue in it. Tiny bit more blue than yellow. So take the lemon yellow first. Now you have to be careful with your blues because they are more dominant than your yellow, so you have to be very careful. You have to add a little bit at a time. Or they will be stronger than you want. Now, that barely didn't even take any. Quite that. There we go. Okay. Actually, I need a little bit of... I am going to add a little bit of my cad yellow to this as well. Oh, and I shouldn't have. I was wrong. Hold on. Muddied that up big time. I don't think I can fix it either. Let's try a little blue, but I don't think I can fix it. No, that's going olive. I was wrong. I was right the first time. All right. Hold on. Got to start that mix again. I was right. I just didn't have enough yellow, but it should have been more lemon. All right, hold on. It's okay. It's only paint, folks. It's only paint. I'm gonna keep that cover off because it's driving me crazy. Taking it on and off and on and off. Okay. Okay, lemon yellow. Lemon yellow. Alright. And my cerulean blue. Alright, a little more cerulean. That's actually just giving me my leaf green, which is nice. Alright, so, okay. And now a little bit more lemon. There we go. That's pretty good. Alright. Ella's on tonight. Susie. Enjoy your dinner. Alright, so my next glaze layer is everything except oh, hold on. So the cerulean blue and the lemon yellow separate very quickly on your palette, by the way. I need to change to a smaller brush for this top part here. So I'm going for my number 5. Linda, Mail. Don't be so hard on yourself, silly girl. Now I'm going to look and make sure I don't have any shiny puddles that are going to give me blooms. I think I'm all right there. Okay. Now, my orange is not dry enough yet to add another glaze. So if you were watching the recording, fast forward a little bit. Fast forward, fast forward. I'm going to do some of the, don't want to do the shadows yet. I want to do the shadows last. The glow and the shadows are going to be last. Ta-da. I do those lines straight enough? Not really, but anyway, I'll fix it when I'm the next layer. No, Ella's on tonight, I think. Debbie was mixed up. I think she's going to tomorrow night, Tuesday night. They were mixed up because of the Mondays or something. I don't know. I know she's going to go after Ella. All right, now I have to do a glaze. Next time I have to remember I have to stop because the glaze in the back of this is going to be alizarin crimson and not orange. And then I have to do a glaze under here that's alizarin crimson, and then the rest is orange. Okay. Alrighty. And it's still wet. This is not going so great. Yeah, so what's happening while I'm waiting to dry? I've done this before, not using masking fluid, and just thought I would use masking fluid tonight, and then I forgot. Wasn't thinking clearly. I will continue from now on doing it without masking fluid. You don't need the masking fluid, you just paint around those areas. Yeah, okay. So this tape's not so great. It's falling off completely. I should have used my new... Oh, hey, look what I got. I bought my new ATG tape. And while I was at findtape.com, which even with the exchange rate and the shipping... shipping wasn't a whole lot more than it would have been if I had it shipping from Canada. So actually shipping was very reasonable. But anyway, I bought, I think, like 30 rolls of ATG tape. So they were like $1.78 each or something like that. Anyway, I bought a roll of white artist tape. And look at this. I bought a roll of black masking tape. Look at that. Isn't that going to be fun to paint and use on a journal page? Look at that. It's matte finish. It's not shiny at all. So when I saw that, I thought, oh, that'll be fun to do on a journal page. Paint it and add it to journal pages. Hey Vicky, did you get a nap? I'm just waiting for stuff to dry because I was silly enough to use. Actually, I think I'm gonna take off the... else I'm just going to have to keep waiting. I may have to stop anyway because my voice is going. Or I can just do something fun with some... I know, right, Joel? It'd be fun. Oh, I know what I can do. Hold on. I'm going to try something fun while I'm waiting for this to dry. I'm going to put that over here. I'm going to grab another piece of paper. Hold up. And this is going to have to dry while I'll tweak what it turns out like. But it's going to have to dry for an hour or so. Let me cut it into like 4 pieces, I guess, so we can do 4 different color combinations. Because I found my plastic wrap. It was in the kitchen. My cleaning helpers moved it into the kitchen. How rude. It's not where it belongs. I don't use plastic wrap in the kitchen. It's the first roll of plastic wrap that I bought in like 20 years. So I don't use it. Yeah, it's not great yet, Vicky, but anyway. 6. Almost cut it at 5.5. So I'll make them 4.5 by 6. And then I can cut them down for cards later. All right, so what I'm gonna do is, first of all, spritz all my paints again. I'm going to use all analogous colors, so colors close to each other on the color wheel. And I'm going to use a flat brush. And I'm going to start with a purple. And it's the Cobalt Violet Light. Saw Jennifer McGuire. Jennifer McGuire reminded me of this. I think I'll spritz the paper. Come on, stay there. It's all right. Want lots of pigment, except make sure it gets, sorry, I had a big clump of pigment there, I didn't need that. Okay, then gonna move into alizarin crimson. Oh, look at that. Is that not pretty? And then into orange, my permanent orange. Oh! Hey, May. And then I'm going to put at the top, I'm going to use permanent yellow. It's just a nice golden yellow. Then you take your plastic wrap. It was like, where the heck did I put it? I was like on my knee. This is Shinhan paper. Uh-oh, hold on. I don't know how to get into my plastic wrap here. Hold on. Oh, for goodness sakes. Oh, you have to put the thing together for it to cut your tape. Goodness sakes. Whatever. I got cheese. So I'm going to crinkle it up and put it down. I want to bunch it up because I want to get lots of nice texture. Oh, hold on. Bye, Rebecca. So you leave it under there to dry an hour or two. So I won't be able to show you tonight. Okay, before I get going on the next one, I'm going to get my box fixed. Alright, now you put this I don't know where you put it. Oh, yes I do. It goes right there. Hold on. Figured it out, I think. Okay, this goes on top like that. And this goes inside. Comes out through here. Sheesh, who knew? This is Dollarama cling wrap for you. Alright. Put it over here and it cuts it. Look at that. Oh. Alright. Okay. It's ready to go. My next piece of cling wrap is ready to go, and my paint is going all over my original. Dang it. Okay. Let's see. They are. It's Dollarama for you, but it's actually cool. Not going to cut me like the original boxes do. Alright, let's do the next one. What color combo will I do this time? Let's see. Let's do it this time without wetting the paper first. No, I want to wet the paper first. Maybe not so much. Let's try not quite so wet. Okay. Okay, there was still a little orange left in my brush. Alright, so this time let's start with the dark green on the bottom. So let's start with shading green. Then let's go with Viridian hue. Love that. Love that. Yep, I'm adding more water, because I like the more water on it. And then I'm going to go with cobalt blue. Oh, that's nice blue. I like that. And then at the very top, marine blue. Look at that yummy marine blue. I love that. Okay. Now we gotta peel it off the box. Alright. Scrunch it up. Open it up. So Jennifer McGuire had a video on this today, reminded me of this technique. It's an oldie but a goodie. Thanks, May. She's not bad, Vicky. She's having some trouble with, oh, that one's going to be cool, look. You can see how that's going to turn out. It's got some, like, kind of cool triangles and stuff. All right. Alright, got two more here. Let's get this really clean. Let's see. I'm not going to finish, obviously I'm not going to be finishing my painting today, but I will leave it for Thursday's stream so I can finish it on stream. I'll be able to do one more glazed layer on each fruit And then between now and Thursday, I will take off the masking fluid so we don't have to keep waiting next time. Yeah, no, she's doing okay. My mom is doing okay. Someone in chat's asking how my mom's doing. Her memory's about the same. No short-term memory most days. Every now and then she'll have a good day. Well, she'll remember that my sister did come visit. Poor sister. This mom forgets that she's even, gone in. If she breaks the schedule and goes in during her lunch hour, Mom forgets that she was there. So, anyway. But, you only have to have one topic to talk to her about, because by the time you finish the conversation, she's forgotten what you're talking about. So you can just repeat your story. Alright, this time I'm going to do, let's see, yellows and greens. So, let's do my permanent yellow. Let's do, the leaf green. And then let's go into the Viridian. I'm actually going to spray this again after here. And get my plastic wrap. Oh. Hello. Come on. I actually like this little cutter thingy-mabob. Who would have thought for $3 you could get all this plastic wrap with a really cool sure is nicer than trying to cut it with your scissors. It's hard to tell the difference between the yellow and the green there, but in real life there's quite a bit of difference between the leaf green and the yellow. Okay, and one more. I think I'm just going to do purple, red, and orange, I think, on this next one. So, purple, red, and orange. Actually, I think I'm going to mix some of this violet with alizarin crimson for this. Or not with alizarin crimson, with permanent magenta. So see if I can get a darker purple. I need a darker purple, which I can get with a, oh, look at that pretty. It's plum, but I'm going to add some, I am going to add a little bit of ultramarine blue with that. And that is going to give me a pretty purple. There we go. All right. That should give me enough purple. I need to do a color chart now that I've got some new colors so that I'll know all right. Alizarin crimson. Oh, I love that alizarin crimson. Love alizarin crimson. And let's move into, let's do some permanent red, which is a more of a warm red. Not enough of a difference. So let's add a little yellow to that just so it'll be a little more orange. There we go. And then into orange. Now I'll use these for like card backgrounds or something. I'm just going between the two of them so that they kind of get a little more blendy there. I'm going to add a little more of the purple because, there we go. All right. It's going to have lots of texture anyway, so it doesn't need to be perfect, right? Of course, I don't have nails, so catching it after you cut it's always a little tricky. There we go. Yep, I'm really liking that plastic wrap. Oh, you know what? Before I add that, I'm going to put a little salt in there too, and the plastic wrap. Let's do a dual technique and see what happens. Salt might eat through the saran wrap, but we'll see, eh? Look at that. So remind me to show you the results of these on Thursday. All right, let's do this. My painting will be dry enough now to do my one more glazed layer. All right. All right. One more layer of glazing. And I stuck my paper in my palette. So now the bottom of my paper has some nice blue and red on it. All right, so my green needs a little bit, another layer of the greeny blue. It needs another layer of this mixed green. So, but I'm going to use my small brush. So I was mixing lemon yellow, and cerulean blue. All right. There we go. All right. So there's still several layers of glazing to do on this with the darker greens to get all of the nice shapes going. But you can see that nice bright window popping up there. And so with each layer it starts to look a little bit more like definitely need to work on my wash. Oh, and I totally missed a highlight up here. Dang it. I might have to, interesting. I might have to see if that will, neighbor must be putting something up on his wall because he's hammering something. Alright. Actually, I'm going to use the larger round brush, number 7, for this. Oh, move it over this way just a little bit. Another wash over my orange. But this time I'm not going quite to the top because it needs, that back part's going to be an alizarin crimson wash, so I'm going to get that next time. That's a better orange. this layer. Oh, sugar. Hold on, I should have moved it around. Need to switch to my smaller one here because not doing a very good job of the edge here. My poor orange is deformed. Alright, and now I need some I guess I've got the right color then, TT, Tar Heel Teresa. Okay, so I'm going to take that alizarin crimson and I'm going to put just a little bit of that orange into it. Okay. No. Boy, it doesn't take much. All right. That's better. Remember, this is still a glaze. I still have to lift out some color there. So I have to do some detail. So I have to lift out. So I'm going to take Kleenex. And I'm going to do an edge. And I'm going to dab out a highlight. And that highlight eventually has to actually get an alizarin crimson. My next glaze is going to be more alizarin crimson than orange. But you have to see all the colors. That's a trick to watercoloring. When you're glazing, you have to see all the colors. There we go. All right. Of course, I still have to put the dark glaze down below there too. Kimberly Hill. Don't even joke about that, Teresa. You weren't here in the beginning before I started recording, just when I said what happened regarding a mouse. I'm not putting it on the recording either because it's terrible. Alright, I'm actually going to do some alizarin crimson in this extra little well here. Come on. It's like half bottle. It should be. There we go. So I'm going to try and get a better edge on this glaze because I did not get these very round on my first try. I will. I'll tell you what happened, Teresa, when I stop recording. Remind me. Oh, yeah, Vicky. Okay. Once I stop recording, I will tell you guys what happened. It's really gross. Let's just say it's a good thing I'm not afraid of mice. Okay. Alright, that's a second layer on there. And I'm going to wait for the next layer on that apple because I cannot do it yet because these two have to dry or it'll bleed in. Or it'll bleed this way and this way. Thanks, Joan. Thank you. So I am going to, it's 20 minutes before Ella, so you guys can get a snack, visit the potty people. I'm going to end now because I don't want to do my voice any more harm than I already have. Excuse me, I still have a long way to go with my layers. But I will take a photo of it. Oh, darn. So the color doesn't stick. Oh, on the highlights, I used this. It's called Incredible White Mask Liquid Frisket. And it actually dries very quickly. It dries quite quickly. It's by Graphics, Graffix. No, or is there one F or two? One F, Graffix. Oh, it says do not shake. Of course, because it gives you bubbles. Anyway, you're supposed to just swirl it. So thanks, everyone. I'm going to stop recording and then I'll tell my tale.